bear in mind though guys, if you don't use a sander, you may have trouble. For example, this part won't go in just because I haven't sanded it down, so you might have trouble fitting it flush to pieces. Because so yeah, I've lined all those gold 4mm screws up guys, and tighten them up. But as I say, as soon as you feel it tightening, just go easy. Right guys, and I thought I'd save this last one for you guys, didn't want to leave you out. So again, apply a little bit of glue. Hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good guys, hope you're well. Today I'm building the Millennium Falcon. It's been a while, I know. If you want to see more guys, if you want to keep up with this build or any other builds on the channel, please remember to smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, and feel free to comment down below, and also share the video to your friends, family, whoever guys. Get Rich43 out there. Yeah, the Millennium Falcon today guys, just a quick one. I'm hoping to try and bring Z900 motorcycle footage to the channel soon, as we're in the summer months now obviously in the UK. We're having some nice weather. I'm off for the next few days, so I'm hoping if I can get the technology, my GoPro, etc. to get working, I will bring you some footage soon guys of Z900 content if you're interested in that. If you are, subscribe for more guys, like I say. Or if you're just here today obviously for the Millennium Falcon, we're going to crack on with it guys. It's been a while, so sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Let's crack on with the Millennium Falcon from Diagnostic. Okay then guys, so here we are again, the Star Wars build, the Millennium Falcon from Diagnostic. Here we have the parts, all nice and secure in issue 19 packaging. There we go. And we've got the magazine, which we're going to take a quick look through now and see what content we've got in this magazine guys. Yeah, you've got wicked pictures in here. If you're a Star Wars fan guys, these magazines are going to be cool to read. I have not read any of them as yet. Whether I will, I don't know, but they're there for future if I want to. But you've got loads of statistics and content guys about your favourite characters, etc. And about obviously each and every one of the movies. And I'm a massive Star Wars fan, hence why I'm doing this build. Princess Leia. There we go, and that's the content for this week guys, and now we're straight up to what parts and the instructions we've got. And it looks, dare I say, a little bit fiddly this week. These are all the parts we've got here on the left hand side of your screen, and this is what we're going to be doing, detailing the recess. Now I've had a quick look through this mag. Painting the recess, I'm not going to be doing that guys. I'm not painting it, I'm not weathering it in any way, nor the outside of the Millennium Falcon in the future. If you guys want to do that though, if you're building this along with me, obviously take a read of this. I mean, I can go through it quickly with you now. This is the part now where you would have to do the paint work on this part of the recess, because it's going to obviously be fitted to the model and you can't do it after that. So if you are going to be painting the recess guys, this issue is now the time to do it, and you're going to have to get the certain sort of paint you need. I mean, it says here this area of the Falcon is very dirty with the grime caked in the deepest areas. Although it is possible to paint the recess with a brush, the best way to achieve the right look is use spray paints. You will need 3 colours of matte acrylic modelling paint: black, mid-grey and light grey. Always use spray paints with the maker's instruction, and obviously wear a mask guys if you do that, and do it in a well ventilated area. And if you do spray it with those colours I've just said, that is going to be your finished result at the bottom. But I was umming and ahhing guys, do I do it or do I not? I was going to spray it and weather it, but I'm not sure yet. I don't think I'm going to do the insides. Whether one day I might weather the outside Millennium when it's built, I'm not sure. just keep tuned for that, guys. And if obviously I do in years to come, I will obviously post that up and show you me weathering the Millennium Falcon. But for now, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to keep it all plain, if that makes sense, and standard. But yeah, here's the parts we're going to use. You've got sprues again. So if I just get the parts up, get them open. That's just details of what's inside, guys, like where they're from, where they've been built now. Be careful not to lose any of your parts, guys, as you open the packaging. As you can see, that's all empty. And then these are the sprues we've got, and all the tiny little fittings. So if I just place those there. All this is plastic, guys. I mean, it's a bit weathered already, to be fair. I'm happy with that, to be fair. I'm not going to weather this part, as I've just said. But I can understand if you want to, and you're building this and you want to weather it. But yeah, this is the recess, guys. All this is plastic. We've got a bit more of the tunnel, which I think we'll be working on today. So if I place that to one side, along with these parts here, I've got the arch here. I think we're going to do some more arches today, which we did a few of those in the previous issue. Check those out, guys, if you want to. Yeah, they're all piled up to the right, guys. I've got some screws. Number 5. These are the six screws in there, and apparently 1 spare. So yeah, let's crack on with this then, guys, and see how we get on. Instruction 1, start by aligning part 3, which is this part here, I would have thought. Just look at the diagram, that's what I do, guys. This is what we want, this part here. And it wants us to line that up into the recess. So we've got a glue here as well, guys. Instruction 2, glue part 3 into place with 3 spots of glue. So if we just turn this the right way around, you can see 3 little holes there, and these 3 little pins. I'll do a dry fit for you. I'm not going to push it in case it's hard to get out, but that's where that's going to be going, just in there, guys. So if I get my glue, and we'll get this glued in. So just a tiny dab of glue, guys. That'll be plenty. Just onto each little pin, I'm calling them. Call them what they call them, tabs. Yeah, I understand that. I'll call them a tab then. Right, so if we just gently push that into place. It's so simple to do that, guys. It's easy, nice and flush. That is that part done. It looks so cool already without weathering it. It really does. So that's instruction 2 done. Now we've got to go to instruction 3. Trim one of the sprue. Now that it has 2 pins, one thicker than the other. So if I get the sprue over here, and it's number 1 we want, which is this part here, guys. Again, I've not got sprue cutters. You can use sprue cutters if you want, but you can get away without using them. As you can see, I've got that off perfectly fine. And it's saying that one of the pins is thicker than the other. Now, if you look at that, that's thicker than that. What it wants us to do with this one then, instruction 4, the pins only fit one way round. We've got to glue this into position as well, guys. So if we get the recess, it'll only go one way round. You can see there the hole's bigger at the top. So that's going to be going in like so. But what I'm going to do off camera is just sand that down a bit so it's nice and smooth, and then I'll come back to you and glue it in. Yeah, so I quickly sanded that a little bit. It ain't got to be perfect, guys. So, I mean, as long as you've got the rough edges off, it'll be fine. And then I've got to push that part into these holes here. There we go, nice fit. That's that done. You can see there's like some recess holes in there, which is going to obviously be for future parts to join in. So yeah, that's instruction 4 done. Now instruction 5, it's asking us to trim 2 off the sprue, and if you look at the diagram, 2 is this pipe here, which is just here at the bottom of the sprue. Just carefully break it off, and I'm showing you how to do it without the sprue cutters, guys, because it is doable. And if you ain't got the money to buy sprue cutters, or you just can't be bothered to go and get a sprue cutters, this is the way you can do it. I'm getting that excess off with my nail, but then if you get a little file, use your missus filing, nail file or whatever, just to smooth those down, you'll be fine. But again, obviously it's your discretion. If you want to get a sprue cutter, that's fine. Whatever makes your life easy, guys, that's what I'll say. But yeah, that's part 2 of the sprue. Now, it's asking us to glue it again, obviously, and we've got to put it in there like that. I'll do a dry fit again, guys, so that's going to be placed in there like that. That's how that's going to look. So if I just get the tweezers to get that out, I mean, as long as that's smooth there, that's fine. I'm happy with that. So yeah, for this instruction 5, apply a bit of glue just to the end of there, and a bit of glue to the end of there. And they're just calling it trim 2. They're not calling them any parts, guys. That's why I'm saying that. It is actually saying trim 2 in the instructions. So you just get that where you want it, nice and lined up, level, and then give it a couple of seconds, minutes. That's going to be all nicely glued in, and that's instruction 5 done. Straight into instruction 6, trim off 3 of the sprue. So if you look at the diagram here, it's just there, guys. This is 3 here. So gently. This is a bit of a tricky one to get off, so be careful, guys, not to snap any of the part. Just be careful, take your time. It will come off, but because it was a bit delicate, you want to watch that you ain't snap that pipe as you get it off. Again, you can see, guys, it's so easy. You don't even need a file if you don't want. It's down to your own discretion, as I say, but you can just do that with your nail if you've got a nail and flatten it yourself. And it's saying here, glue again. Glue the pin in one end of the matching hole indicated with the other touching. So what we're going to do now is, let's have a look, put that in that hole there like that. And then you've got a little pin underneath, guys, just there. That'll be going in that hole there like that. So if I just gently, carefully put a bit of, gently, don't know where that come from, carefully, I can gently put the glue, I suppose. I meant carefully, guys. Right, there we go. Yeah, I've got 4 days off at the minute, so I'm really trying to knock some videos out for you guys, because it's been a while. It's been a mad couple of weeks. And I think by the sound of that outside, that sounds like a UPS truck, what you can hear going by my house. I know, because I drive one, and they're very noisy. But yeah, there you go. That's instruction 6 done. I think I've got some vlogs I did a year ago or something with UPS. If you're interested in that, guys, take a look. You might be interested in what a day's work at UPS is like. Right, instruction 7 and 8. We've got to trim off now 4. So as you can see, there's 4. And there's 4 on the sprue. Just carefully take that off the sprue, guys. Yeah, I've been umming and ahhing for the last couple of weeks whether to weather this recess bit or not. I've had it in the drawer, this build. I just ain't got around to doing it, as I say, because I've been a bit busy. And thinking, do I get spray paints? Do I spray it on the back garden to show you how to spray it and weather it? But I've decided not to, you know. I'm just going to keep it all standard. I don't want to spray it, to be fair. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so we've trimmed off number 4, guys, and it's saying make sure you've got it the right way around. So if you look at how that looks, that's the way they want it into the recess. So all these little features here, they've got to be that way up. And then what you're going to do is that triangle bit there will go into that triangular slot just there. So if I apply a bit of glue, like so, and then simply making sure it's the right way around, apply that into that recess there, like so. Just make sure it's in a good position, guys, where you want it. Make sure it's the right way around. and then let the glue do its work. And that's how we're looking so far with this recess. It's looking pretty cool. Now, instruction 8, we've got to take the lung pipes 5 off the sprue, which is here. Again, be careful here guys, because these could snap in the middle and you don't want that. As I'm clenching myself now as I'm doing it, because I don't want to do that either. If it stresses you too much guys doing this and worrying you're going to break it, of course, get a sprue cutter. You'll be better doing that. I just like to live dangerously, that's all. There we go, so just get that part off there. I mean, if they're really stubborn and they're not going to get smooth on the top, you can always get your missus nail file and file it down that way, but I'm just using my nail, as you can see, just showing you you do not have to spend any more money if you don't want to. Just use what you've got. Yeah, so part 5 guys, off the sprue pipes, got to just glue these pins here like so, and then carefully put them into the recess. Sorry about that guys, somebody's walking by outside. So yeah, just basically put them in these little holes here, and they should line up into each of the 3 holes, and that is instruction 5 done, and part 5 off the sprue done. Looking pretty cool guys. So now we'll turn the page over, that's what it wants us to do. There we go. So instruction 9, align part 2, which is this part here guys. This one needs to go in front of the other piece we did earlier on. So you've got 3 tabs here. Not going to drive you that because it's simple enough. I've got to go into those 3 there, these 3 little tabs. So if I just apply a little bit of glue onto each one, like so, and then slot those into those 3 tabs. Make sure it's lined up nicely first guys before you push, or else you're going to end up snapping the tabs off. There we go, it's clicked into place. That's how that looks. Instruction 9. It's looking pretty cool now. Look at the details guys, that looks wicked. So yeah, we've done that. We've done 9 and 10. That was all about gluing the 3 space spots of glue onto each tab, should I say. Now number 6, we're taking off the sprue in instruction 11. So that is, let me turn the page over because I can't remember. Number 6 is that part there. So it's this piece here guys. Just twist that off. Yeah, this is part 6 off the sprue. Again, use a file guys, or a sprue cutter if you want it a neater finish than this. But you can get away with just trimming it yourself, like so. So yeah, that's part 6 off the sprue. Now it wants us to put that, you've got a little tab on there guys, if you can see that, that little tab needs to go in that hole there, and it wants to be positioned round like so, that way around. So we'll apply a little bit of glue. Yeah, I've got a feeling obviously with this build there's going to be a lot more fiddly things like this through it, because it's the Millennium Falcon. There's a lot of detail, a lot of little parts, so you would expect it. So carefully get my tweezers, put that in there. Carefully push that into there. Just bear in mind though guys, if you don't use a sander, you may have trouble. For example, this part won't go in just because I haven't sanded it down. So you might have trouble fitting it flush to pieces because you've not sanded it. So yeah, if you do, obviously you're gonna have to sand it down guys. But yeah, that's that bit done. And it should be that way around. That's a close up there. So you know that the next piece is going to be going into that hole there. So that's just drying with glue. Now, instruction 12 takes 7. Again, we'll turn the page over just to double check which part that is. 7 is that one there. So it's this piece, guys. Careful not to damage anything as you're taking it off the sprue. Pretty fair. Usually nothing gets damaged because, dare I say it, they're pretty easy to take off the sprues, to be fair. But again, I keep saying it, use sprue cutters if you don't want to live dangerously, guys. Or some people might be saying being stupid. I don't know. Right, so this part, you've got a little pin there. It's going to be going like that. So, bit of glue. So we'll apply a little bit of glue to this pin here. And a little bit to this part here. And then into that hole there, guys. Again, use tweezers if you're struggling, like I am at the minute. There you go. And guys, that is it for the recess. All done. Look at that. Looks amazing. Detail to that is beautiful. And of course now, if you're going to weather it, spray it, this is your time now to do it before any more issues and we attach it to the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, that's the recess done. And you might notice we've not used this off the sprue yet. It tells us to keep that safe. It's got a red ring around it on the page before, so we've not got to use that as yet. So I'm just going to put that to one side, put it in my drawer. And now what I'll do is put the recess to one side also. Put the glue back together, put the lid on it, and bring the passage tube over. Now, instruction 1, take parts 8 and 9, which are these two parts, the passage tube, floor and base, which will go together. Like this, guys. You've got like a little curve there as well, so it can only go one way, should I say. Yeah, so if you just line those up with the holes, as you can see, just there, and then what it tends to do, use 2 4mm brass self-tapping screws through the holes further from the end of the passage to secure at the end of the floor. So yeah, what it wants us to do is position this like so and put 2 4mm gold screws into those 2 holes to secure it, which is what we had in this issue. Get 2 screws out, guys. Just line them up. A bit slippery and fiddly, but once you've got the one screw in, you'll be fine. There we go, there's one in. Careful not to push them in too far, guys, because it will come through the other end of the plastic and you're going to have a mark on there and you don't want that. Right. Very fiddly to get these screws out, you know. I don't want you getting into them, I don't think. Right, so yeah, that's just all the glue, guys. Look at the glue drying on my hands. Joys of building, eh? Just carefully put that into there. Then we'll have secured the floor in this passage tube. Just careful not to screw too tight though, guys. Just take it easy, because I've done that before and it does pop through the plastic and it makes it look a bit shoddy. But at the same time, make sure they're as tight as you can tighten them, because you don't want a shaky floor. You'll feel it gets tighter. Just don't push it too far because it will come through the plastic, as I say. So yeah, those 2 screws are done. And now what we're going to do is put 2 in the middle and 2 at the end of the same screws, and then that will secure the rest of the base, the floor to the base. And that's going to take us all the way to instruction 4. So if I just apply these in. So yeah, I've lined all those gold 4mm screws up, guys, and tighten them up. But as I say, as soon as you feel it tightening, just go easy and just a little bit at a time, because you don't want them popping through the other side and poking through the floor panel there. So yeah, these 6 screws are nearly done. And then what we're going to be doing then, guys, is fitting the arches. And I think that will be it for this week's issue. Guys, if you want to see me doing this build and continue to watch me do this build, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, press that bell notification not to miss out on any future issues of this build, and of course give us a big like. Would really appreciate that, guys. It does help a lot. There you go. So that's all that done. So that's looking. Right, now instruction 5 and 6, it's saying take the 3 assembled corridor arches, including one provided this time. So we've got one here we've got to put together, guys. I'm going to do that off camera because you've seen me do it 2 or 3 times already, and I'm sure you don't want to be putting these off the sprue onto this arch again. So yeah, I'm going to do that now, guys, and then we'll be applying 3 arches to this passage tube. Thought I'd save this last one for you guys. I didn't want to leave you out. So again, apply a little bit of glue. Sometimes you hear a click when you put them on. Like so. There you go. And that is that arch done. So we've got 3 arches here, guys, as you can see. And now what we've got to do in the last few instructions, 6 to 8, is basically apply the arches into these little grooves here. So no glue's needed as yet. It's not saying glue them. So it's basically just putting them in the slots, because I think obviously when something goes over there like that, it's going to secure these arches into place anyway. But guys, that is it for this week's issue. I'll just put that in there. Sorry about the background noise if you can hear the hoover outside. I think the neighbours are hoovering the car. So yeah, that will go in. And that's it, guys. So yeah, 6, 7 and 8, we're all about putting the arches into place like so. And that is how that looks, guys, at the end of issue 19 of Build the Millennium Falcon. Now I'm just looking at these pins here. You can see they've got to be in certain places. So I think this one's got to go in the middle. There you go. And that one goes back there. But again, if they're wrong, guys, don't worry. When we put the roof on that tunnel, that tube, that passage, we'll just work it out. We'll put them where they're going to be to attach to the pins into the holes on the roof. But yeah, that's cool, guys. And we're all done. So this week we've done the passage tube, arches, and this recess. And if you are coming along with it on this build, guys, and you want to weather that now and spray it, now is the time to do that. And if you do, guys, comment down below if you've done that. Let me know how you've got on. Would love to hear from you. But for now, guys, for the Millennium Falcon from D'Agostini, that is it. Subscribe, like, comment, share. See you in the next one. Peace. That is it for this week's video of the Millennium Falcon from D'Agostini. Basically, guys, we've been putting details into the recess this week and building more of the corridor. I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want more, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button and please give us a big, juicy thumbs up. Helps the channel grow. And obviously, if the channel grows, I can bring you more content in the future, guys. And it makes me happy when I get a big thumbs up from you guys. Really appreciate your support, appreciate all the subs I'm getting. I do appreciate you guys, you know that. I'm sorry it's not been consistent over the last couple of weeks. We've built videos, etc. It's just been mad time for me at the minute. Check out the vlog to do with the horses if you're interested in that, and I do give you a little insight why I've not been posting as much in the last couple of weeks. But I'm going to try, guys, to keep being consistent with you, bringing the models to the channel, keep entertaining you. So please subscribe for more, press that bell notification not to miss out on any future builds. And again, thank you for your support, guys. Really do appreciate you guys. But for now, for the Millennium Falcon from Dear and Steenie, that is it, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.